on 5 because I was told I had to do that before the end, right?
Yes, thank you for doing it.
Yes. So I think we have that up there. There it is. Thank you. So email your MP and your MLA and demand a carbon tax. I can't emphasize how important what the impact of such a tax would have. You know, in Europe, we have banks who are actually using a formula to determine the amount of risk that some companies have under a carbon tax, because it's already happening. And yet here, we continue to put our heads in the sand, and I understand that we're battling quite a headwind in the present government, but I think it's important. That's an understatement, I know, okay. But I think, you know, damn the torpedoes. You know, this is our life. This is our kids' lives, our grandchildren. We can no longer accept mediocre government. And for some reason, we continue to accept it. And we say, oh, well, next time. There's no next time. We haven't got the time. There's no time left to play with this. Either we stand up, and if it means walking and getting out in the streets, that's what we have to do. That's not up there, I know. Subscribe and following Twitter feeds. I encourage you to do that. Ask your advisor, for those of you who have advisors, is your portfolio screened? They kind of look at you strangely, or they give you the same answer that our advisor in our story did. My advice is to walk away. There are plenty of people out there today who will help you. And please pass this message on to your parents, friends, aunts, uncles. You know, it's great that everybody here understands that, but unless the rest of the investing world understands it, we're not going to change it. You've got Van City, who is a leader in this area, right? And they should be. You know, that's an easy walk-in. Our office is in Langford. It's not an easy walk-in. But we're happy to take business. But this is not about that. It's about trying to inspire people to stop and take a breath, look at what you're doing, and look at what your investments are doing, because they're not, most of them are not helping. With that, I'm going to stop. Thank you very much for your time.
Think of 5 clans, tribes, bands, ventures, networks that you associate yourself with. What's your self-image of your part in the society? Who are your nets? Think of 5 or more issues that matter to you and need money. I mean, have we ever heard it? Oh, we'd love to do that, but we just don't have the money. Think of 5 or more people, causes, businesses that you would be proud to serve. Now, community currencies are going to get you money, going to get you stuff, but unless you're in the giving space, you're the wrong side of the wave, you know? The wave works best on the front edge. So if you're in service, if you are willing to provide service and say, and I will take community money, then you're on the right side of the coin. So you've got to get your heart and head in the right place. Last 2 questions, last 2 5s. Think of 5 or more questions about open money and write them down, and if you like, send them to us. We love to hear the questions. Second thing is, sit down and look at those questions yourself. Spend some time thinking.
I have a fast 5 and 5, but not on a slide. So here they are. Maybe someone could actually help me with a flip chart and writing. Sorry, I should have asked for that before. But here they are, and then we can write them up afterwards. So I'll give them to you, and then we can write them up. So the first one, Google or look up on Twitter, divest invest. Hashtag divest invest. Number 2, build your own 10-year strategy. What are the 3 things you have to do? The 3 really big things you have to contribute before you die. Know what they are, and just use that as the compass for your life. 3, check out Hunter Levins on Twitter at H Levins, because she's a great conduit for a whole bunch of really powerful information. 4, figure out how to process your own grief. Your grief about climate change, about what's going on in the world, your grief about money. It is so powerful when you touch it and transcend it. 5, move your money and any money you can get near. Thank you.
So 5 and 5. Number 1, find a campaign that you like and fund it. That's what I think. Is number 1. So another one is another good thing to do is fund another one, actually. Second thing, watch my 2-hour online workshop, Crowdfunding 101, which we'll provide the link for later. Tons and tons of very specific strategy in running your campaign and the ins and outs and picking your team and all that stuff. I did it specifically, and I put it online as a gift specifically because a lot of it is very consistent, no matter the campaign, and it's just easier for me to say, please watch this. And then we'll talk after, and probably most of your questions are answered and the whole thing. Third thing, if you're working on a campaign, or you have this idea for a campaign, push it further ahead, and again, see if you can craft it down to a single sentence. Okay? A single sentence that encompasses, the idea, but also perhaps like the action, what it is. So it might look like, my friend just finished a documentary, basically on the pursuit of silence, looking at silence in the world, its scarcity, and he basically was able to craft a couple different memes, but one of it being support bringing more silence back to the world, something like that. Number 3, number 4, watch Amanda Palmer's short, The Art of Asking, on YouTube. Brilliant TED Talk. Definitely check that out. And number 5 is just start a campaign. You're gonna learn a lot. That being said, put the effort in beforehand, but I say start small, to be honest. Maybe you have a bigger project, but you can actually chunk it up into smaller pieces. And it's far better to actually fund a small piece of it first, have that a win, get people excited. You're going to build actually a bigger audience just by having that smaller piece of your campaign. And then maybe you go back for a bigger ask after you've, kind of built a little more experience and you get more familiarity with the platforms, and then go for the bigger campaign.